Hello and welcome back to Crystal Valley Motorsports Park for round 2 of season 1 in the Scrap Mechanic Auto Racing League. Today we are coming on a beautiful weather of Saturday afternoon after an interesting qualifying round yesterday. The season standing as it is right now leaves Sniper's Dream in first after an exciting win last week at Axelot Speedway. Blue Bruiser, not far behind, but didn't qualify too well, so we shall see where they will stand after this race with the amount of points. Up next is Neon Annihilator, who was actually in third with 15 points with the podium spot from last week. Moving forward, we're moving into our race after our qualifying, so if you haven't seen the qualifying video, I suggest you see that so that you can see how these racers got to where they were. Almost like a habit, Sweet Haze has qualified number 1 pole 2 times in a row. We've had some changes to the suspension, we've had some changes to customizations to some of the cars, so now the sponsors can have a little bit of variation between their car and their attributes. So hopefully we can see how if these changes, if you will, can pay off. One of them, a person to look at, is Fiery Dragon and Legends Tire, as Legends Tire and Fiery Dragon didn't have a great finish to last race, but we can see where they end up very soon. Sweet Haze is leading the line down to the starting line as we get everyone in formation. All right, the races are moving into formation now. Sweet Haze leads down the inside. Blue Bruiser's in place, and there goes the green flag. The races are off, charging out. Charging into turn 1, it looked like Sweet Haze got a pretty decent spot, but got pushed out wide, leaving Neon Annihilator, sponsored by Gladian, up into the lead provisionally. Sniper's Dream made his way up into 4th place, and then we got White Rider down into 5th. So far, we've got a clean start, so that's great to see. You can see Fiery Dragon may have gotten a little bit of a oversteer there and corrected himself, going into the beginning at the bottom of the stairs. Sweet Haze is now chasing down Sniper's Dream, who's now chasing down Purple Shadow Racing, I believe that is, in the black and purple. Wow, this is a madhouse. Neon Annihilator is taking off. Neon Annihilator is taking a little bit of a gap, and looks like White Rider? Is that an engine failure by White Rider, causing him to stop the race? It looks like the full course yellow wasn't triggered because he has gotten moving again, and all the other racers have avoided him. Legends Tire jumping up into 2nd place, fighting with Purple Shadow Racing, going into the last hairpin before the final turn. And Neon Annihilator still, oh my goodness, speaking of which, Legends Tire, oh man, that's so unfortunate. Seems to the exact thing that happened to them last week happened again. They got spun out, but it looked like Sweet Haze may have came into contact with them at that time. So that lets Purple Shadow Racing get past, and Chaos Shifter actually now into 3rd, and Sweet Haze, the pole qualifier, now back down into 4th. Lamob Industries has actually gotten into 5th place in the top 5, coming into turn 1, with Typhoon Blade fighting with Sniper's Dream for 6th place. Legends Tire is making his way back up slowly down the order. Because we still have 9 laps left, we believe that he has time to make it back, so don't fright too much. It looks like Purple Shadow Racing got a bit of oversteer. Oh, looks like Lemon Racer got spun out and is now trying to get back to from the back of the pack. Luckily for anyone else, their Lemon Racer is unsponsored and will have to fight back on his own. Looks like Blue Bruiser is having a bit of a struggle, as you can see from his qualifying round. The lower suspension, softer suspension up front is causing him to get too much grip and too much oversteer at the exit of slower corners. Neon Annihilator is taking off with the lead so far, with Chaos Shifter around a second, almost 2 seconds behind, and Sweet Haze following them. Sweet Haze is staying well in the top 3, better than falling back into 7th or 8th like they did last week. And Purple Shadow Racing is challenging for the lead too, and Fiery Dragon and Penny King. Fiery Dragon and Penny King are now up into the top 5, and Penny King is not too far behind. It looks like Grasshopper is also in there, with Typhoon Blade making a pass on Black Knight for 8th. No, that's not Purple Shadow, excuse me. That's Fiery Dragon. Fiery Dragon, as you can see, he's losing a bit of top speed on this long front stretch because of the higher downforce that he has. You can see him make time. Oh, Chaos Shifter making a move on Neon Annihilator for the lead. Excuse me, I'll finish that thought later. But Chaos Shifter and Neon Annihilator, they've decided it's time to go. And so they're going to let everyone else battle behind them. And now Chaos Shifter is going to try to get the lead back from Neon Annihilator. And Sweet Haze pole qualifier is not far behind too. But moving back to Fiery Dragon, as I was saying, he's adjusted his car to have a higher downforce. So you can see Fiery Dragon work his way up the order and get closer to the racers in front in these technical parts of the track, like you can see here in the stairway. However, down the long straightaway, the higher downforce will actually cause Fiery Dragon to lose their top speed and letting other racers pass them. As you can see, it looks like White Rider is moving his way back up the order and got a little bit connected with Legends Tire and Lamob Industries. The name change is, I almost call them Lamb and Lion, but it's Lamob Industries now, but they still have the same tag, is moving up there in the top 10 as well, or at least they're fighting for it. Looks like Chaos Shifter has dropped back from Neon Annihilator, so the lead is now still Neon Annihilator by over 2 seconds. It's crazy. He is taking off. People were thinking that he was lucky, but no, he's got the skill. Looks like there's a bit of a kerfluffle down back with Sniper's Dream. Sniper's Dream, the championship leader, has been knocked out. Can you believe that? Now he's has to work his way back up from the back of the pack, even behind Blue Bruiser, who is having a hard time back in the race. Neon Annihilator still holding the lead, and Penny King moves his way past Sweet Haze up into 3rd place. Sweet Haze is not having that though. He's fighting back down into the bottom of the stairway while Penny King is trying to move past Chaos Shifter and have a fight for the lead. Seems like they're trying to take turns at trying to catch up using the slipstream from Neon Annihilator. And Grasshopper peeking his way into Sweet Haze's view has to make him check his mirrors a little bit. Sniper's Dream has gotten past Blue Bruiser and now is trying to make his way up into the lead. Penny King gets pushed out wide, but actually uses that opportunity to get past Sweet Haze once again, using that little corner cut into that chicane really well, actually. A really well move by Penny King. Sweet Haze is trying to make a battle on the inside, but will unfortunately, cuts back on Penny King to try to get on the inside, but couldn't make it stick. Grasshopper, that lets Grasshopper come through, pull all the way through into 4th place. Fiery Dragon now up into 7th place behind Purple Shadow Racing. Looks like Typhoon Blade, who had a strong charge from the last race and unfortunately got spun out, is now back up into the top 10. And Grasshopper is now trying to make a move on Penny King, with Chaos Shifter is back trying to challenge Neon Annihilator, back again, trying to do a round 2 with 6 laps left to go. Excuse me. Looking at their laps, it looks like each of these racers are now putting in faster and faster laps each race. I don't know if they're just getting more confident with the track or if they're getting cleaner air because there's less battling with traffic, but looks like Neon Annihilator, Chaos Shifter, and Grasshopper, and Purple Shadow Racing, and Fiery Dragon has put in their fastest laps at 121s, respectively, each lap. Moving back, it looks like Penny King has passed Chaos Shifter, who was getting in a fight with Neon Annihilator, back into 2nd place. This is really good. Penny King didn't have a great finish last race or a great qualifying, but now he's up in 2nd place. Looks like Purple Shadow Racing dropped back a little bit, maybe got a little contact with a couple racers, leaving him actually battling with Typhoon Blade for 7th place. Sweet Haze dropped back into 6th. And look at that. Fiery Dragon makes a move on Grasshopper up the inside using that that powerful downforce. They use that turn speed to get past them on the inside. That's something no other racer can have if they have that downforce. As you can see though, in this long straightaway, Grasshopper is catching up to Fiery Dragon even though Fiery Dragon is in the slipstream of Chaos Shifter because of that strong downforce that he has. The battle for the leads still Neon Annihilator and Penny King and Chaos Shifter. The top 3 now trying to get past, and looks like Penny King makes a cutback on Neon Annihilator, but couldn't make it stick. Maybe lost a little grip on the exit of that turn. Fiery Dragon is moving up into 4th, still battling with Grasshopper, and Sweet Haze now making a move up the inside of Grasshopper, trying to get into the top 5. Fiery Dragon, you can see he just ran a 120 that last lap, meaning that's almost the fastest lap of the race, behind Black Knight, who ran a 119.524. Oh, man, a bit of chaos behind Neon Annihilator. Their battling is letting Neon get the lead. Gladian must be happy to see this, because this is a 5-car battle for 2nd place, and that's making them lose time to the leader. They're going to have to work together if they want to catch up. Grasshopper is getting past Fiery Dragon now, but Fiery Dragon is going to try to probably make another inside cut. Yep, Fiery Dragon does make an inside cut on the inside of Grasshopper, and Sweet Haze follows him through. Fiery Dragon tucking into the slipstream, trying to get as much top speed as he can behind Penny King, and moves up to the outside to see if he can get past on the outside using that downforce. He couldn't make it stick, and Sweet Haze goes out wide, trying to avoid any possible mistakes that happen. But he gets back into the fight. Typhoon Blade is joining the fray now, as all of them, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cars trying to catch the leader. That's essentially a 7-car battle for first place. Penny King is slowly making time, down to less than 1.5 seconds to Neon Annihilator, coming down into the stairway. Excuse that lag there, the encoding. I found out the encoding actually is causing the frame drops, not the game itself. Fiery Dragon makes a move on the outside of Grasshopper, trying to get up into third, fighting for position with Purple Shadow Racing trying to get past Sweet Haze for the 5th and 6th position. Grasshopper gets sent wise and looks, Sweet Haze gets turned around by Purple Shadow Racing. That moves both of them back into the back of the pack, and now White Rider gets spun out. White Rider is having an unlucky race. Speaking of unlucky, it looks like Sniper's Dream is getting caught up behind the traffic of Lamab Industries and Typhoon Blade. Back up into the lead, Neon Annihilator stretching out that lead again to Penny King and now Fiery Dragon, who's up into third in front of Chaos Shifter. Grasshopper is around a second behind with Purple Shadow Racing and Legends Tires. Legends Tire, who's actually worked his way back up the order, is now up into 7th place and challenging Purple Shadow Racing and probably Grasshopper as well for the top 5. Oh, what is this? A touch between Legends Tire and Purple Shadow Racing? Oh no, you hate to see it. Just as he was getting back up front, it looked like Legends Tire bumped the back end of Purple Shadow Racing, causing him to spin out and try to correct, but bumping right back into Legends Tire, and that made him lose some progress. Fortunately, Legends Tire seemed to have recovered behind Typhoon Blade and can use their slipstream to stay in the top 10 of the race. What is this? I completely missed it. I was talking about that, and Penny King makes a move on Neon Annihilator and gets temporarily up into first place. At the exit of the stairs, Fiery Dragon is battling with Chaos Shifter as well, behind Penny King and Neon Annihilator for the top spot of this race. Less than 1/10 of a second away, Penny King and Neon Annihilator battling for position. Who's going to get through? There's 3 laps left to go. Neon Annihilator gets back in front temporarily, but it looks like Penny King is going to try to make a cutback. Fiery Dragon goes out wide, too much downforce, and a little bit of touch, a little wheel touch there. The reason why we don't have open wheel racing is because when the racers touch wheels, it causes them to go flying. As we can see, as we've seen in Formula 1 races, tire touching, not good. Penny King goes up the inside of Neon Annihilator into turn 1. 2 laps left to go. Fiery Dragon is in 3rd, Grasshopper is in 4th, and Chaos Shifter is in 5th. What's this? Penny King gives a little bit of a bump and run on Neon Annihilator. It's open season for the lead spot, as the leading winner of this race for a majority of this race has now been bumped back down into 3rd, with Fiery Dragon up into the lead and Penny King battling for 2nd place. Neon Annihilator must have been a little bit thrown off from that bump and now is getting fought with Chaos Shifter and Grasshopper into 5th place, but uses the Chaos Shifter as a little bump, as a little wall, as you can see, into the stairs, getting past Penny King. Now it's Fiery Dragon up into the lead with Penny King chasing close behind. Neon Annihilator, excuse me, not Penny King. Penny King is chasing close behind of Neon Annihilator, while Sweet Haze is still up into 5th place. Sweet Haze actually ran his fastest lap of the race last lap. That's a good thing to have. The farther on into the race you go, the more quicker laps you want to see. So as you can see, the blue highlights, again, I'll reiterate over this, the blue highlights across their names means the last lap that they ran means they ran the fastest that they have this race. Not the fastest of the whole race, but their individual personal best fastest. 1 lap left to go. Fiery Dragon leads the race in front of Neon Annihilator, and it's now a work of downforce. Neon Annihilator uses that slipstream and the strong speeds he has in the straights to get next to Fiery Dragon, but now Fiery Dragon needs to utilize this technical section of the track to get ahead, far enough ahead of Neon Annihilator so that he can have enough time so that he doesn't get passed right at the finish line. Penny King is moving with Chaos Shifter actually now into 3rd, and Fiery Dragon is trying to utilize his downforce, makes a little bit of a mistake there, getting ran wide, and now Neon Annihilator bumps him, gives him a bump, and now Fiery Dragon gets pushed back down into 5th place. Neon Annihilator back into the lead, getting challenged by Penny King. They're all fighting. Now Sweet Haze is giving a little bit of a nudge to Fiery Dragon as well. And Typhoon Blade is now there in the top 6, fighting for at least 5th. And Neon Annihilator actually gave Penny King a little bit of a nudge, causing him to go a little bit wide on the end of that turn. And Fiery Dragon is now up into 2nd place. Fiery Dragon on the inside of this turn. He's going to try to have to make a huge move with his downforce, or else he won't be able to get into the top 3. And he does! Oh my goodness, Fiery Dragon makes up the inside of 3 racers, getting past Neon Annihilator, Purple or Sweet Haze, and Penny King. And now it's a drag race to the finish. Hopefully, Neon Annihilator doesn't get past Fiery Dragon, but it looks like they will. Oh my goodness, it doesn't. Fiery Dragon, I can't tell. Let's take a replay. There it is. If they had at least maybe 10 more meters, Neon Annihilator would have gotten past Fiery Dragon, but doesn't. Fiery Dragon beating Neon Annihilator by 0.017 seconds. Oh my goodness, taking the victory from Neon Annihilator, and Sweet Haze up into 3rd. The pole qualifier down into 3rd, but still better than they did last race. Sponsored by Super Olo YT, must be proud of his racer. Congratulations to Fiery Dragon, Neon Annihilator, and Sweet Haze for getting the top 3 spots in this race. That'll bump them up to season standings, especially for Fiery Dragon, who barely missed out of points from the last race. So actually, with the season standings, that leaves Neon Annihilator with the lead with 33 points. Sniper's Dream, who managed to place at least in the top 10 from this race, was 29 points at 2nd place, and Fiery Dragon bumps up into 3rd with 25 points. Blue Bruiser getting knocked down to 4th place, and Sweet Haze knocked down to 5th place. Purple Shadow Racing actually got the fastest lap from this race and gets a point down into 15th place. And Legends Tire got in the top 10 and is now with 1 point. I hope to see you guys next week. We're going back to Beckwith Raceway, a familiar place for the rest of the racers, except for the original owned racers. So I hope to see you guys there. But until then, I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, night, or evening, and I will see you next time.